Hello, welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. Going over two more characters for Transformer TCG that are Beast War characters. Already looking at them, there might be an error or two I might need to make. But right now I'm going over Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia. Now I believe she's gone from, I'm trying to remember her star count, but from like a 6 to a 7 or a 7 to an 8. She is now, this is a 9-star Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia who is an SRT. She is now a maximal character. Her title subheading is Maximal Warrior. I put a plus. I was going to put something else there, but I may just leave it as. In alt mode, she is a beast and melee with 3 to attack, and now she has 13 health and 2 defense. In alt mode, she also has Pierce 2, and I might need to reword this a little bit. When this defends and 3 white pips are flipped, bring back a character from your KO with 1 health. I think on the card, if you actually see it, it says bring back a character on your team from your KO with 1 health, or something a little lengthy. So I can shorten that. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then when we flip to her bot mode, she is a specialist and still melee. So again, multiple traits kind of going on here for these guys. She is a Transmetal 2 after all. Remember in the show, she utilized the Transmetal 2 driver on herself, which changed her by accident, even though it was not originally going to be an accident. In bot mode, now she only has 2 modes. In bot mode, she has an attack of 5. Her attack goes up to 5. Her defense comes down to 1. She does have focus 2, because I was thinking of the scene where she's using her mind, and I've made cards, even battle cards of this. I've got a battle card for the Transmetal 2 driver. I don't have the information here, but it is a utility. I guess I'll go ahead and put it up here so you can see it. I just made it today. I can't remember, because it helps certain factions and hurts certain factions. But there's a good reason why you would want this in your deck. And it should be obvious, but I can't remember everything on there, and I failed to write it down. I apologize. In bot mode, she does have focus 2, because I was thinking of the scene where she used her mind to actually move a Donkey Kong girder to hit Tarantulas to get him off of her. During that scene, you know, using like telepathy. So I thought focus 2 would be a good symbolic use of that. But when this does not focus 2 for battle, then she has Pierce 3 for turn, and add 2 defense on your opponent's turn. So if you don't focus for your attack, you get Pierce 3. If you don't focus 2 for defense, your defense goes up. Of course, Pierce can get through that. But still, I thought that was a good way to utilize not using the given ability that you have that's on the card. So it's there to focus if you want to, but if you don't, there's also a good reason not to focus. So there's a bit of a choice there. I've never seen that done before, so I thought that would be a good way to do that. Now, up next, the second and the last for this, normally we'll do 2 characters a video, is Transmetal 2 Cheetor. And I'm beginning to think, did I even do Transmetal Cheetor yet? I can't remember. But if not, we're skipping ahead. But I made him a rare character. He is an 8-star character with 12 health. His first 2 iterations were both 7-star characters. His Beast War original self, 7-star, with 10 health. And then his Transmetal was still a 7-star with just 1 more at 11 health. In pretty much both of those, his Beast War original was attack of 3, defensive 2 in alt mode, attack of 4, defensive 1 in bot mode. Almost identical for his Transmetal self. Attack of 3 in both alt modes, defensive 2 in both alt modes, but attack of 4 in bot mode, defensive 1 in bot mode for Transmetal Cheetor. This is Transmetal 2 Cheetor, who is now an 8-star character. No, that's not saying much. He is a Mach 2 Cheetah Warrior with the Beast trait and the Melee trait in alt mode. In alt mode, he has attack of 3, health of 12, like we've already established, and a defense of 2. Again, he's been very consistent. But when you flip to his, well, let's finish his alt mode. In alt mode, he has focus 2. Now, Black Arachnia had focus 2 on her bot mode, if you chose to use it, but Cheetor has it in his alt mode. When you flip to this mode, damage 1 to an enemy, or is I guess how I need to word this. I like it how I worded it on the card better, because it's actually basing it on text from Wave 1. Damage an enemy by 1. But I get slapped on the hand for that.
No, you can't do that.
So I guess I'm going to need to reword my own card, because it's being entered into a fandom that's very overly anal about how things are texted for their cards, even though it's something, I don't know. I feel like I'm back at work all over again when I drew a sailboat, and I had my initials hidden in the sailboat, and she was asking, well, what is this? You can't have this. Oh, that's your initials? Oh, no, we can't have that. This is part of the company now. Sorry. That came out. But anyway, that's what I feel like this is a kind of a part of. And there is no company. There is no more card game. We're doing this for ourselves. I mean, really, people. But, like, I'm going to see my cards in the tournament, because I don't play in any tournaments. I don't have the time. I wish I could, and pay the $25 and join a tournament and get a webcam going, you know. Which I do have a webcam. When you flip to this mode, damage 1 to an enemy, I guess is how I need to word that. In his bot mode, he is range. He has the range trait. He has Pierce 2, which is good for his bot mode. He finally has an attack of 5 with a defense of 1. This is, I guess, my strongest Cheetor in the set of 3 different Cheetors. While this has a blaster type weapon equipped. Now, there's a little bit of history here, because originally I had taken multiple screenshots of Transmetal Cheetor from the show. In one of them, he had his gun and he had it behind him, and he shot Waspinator without looking at him behind him with his blaster. And I thought, cool. I had forgotten those 2 episodes where he got kind of revealed, and Feral Scream Part 1 and 2. So that's kind of where I was thinking about this. So while this has a blaster type weapon equipped, this cannot take damage from Pierce. This is how I hand wrote this on my notes, but I think it's different on the card. This cannot take damage from Pierce. So if some of your damage is damage from Pierce, you take it off. You only take regular damage. Basically, is what that's doing. So Pierce damage doesn't count. If you're supposed, if the damage is 2, but the Pierce damage is 4, you normally would put the 4. But since this kind of cancels out pierce damage, you would get hit by 2 instead, not the 4, because of pierce. You know, as an example, that's where this is coming from. So, sorry, I didn't mean to get on a rant there earlier, midway through my video, but there it is. But that's all I've got right now. And so we made a card also with Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia, with that scene of her moving the thingy, moving the girder. Looks like it's from Donkey Kong. But I can't remember what that is. So I've made a lot of stuff recently, a lot of faction cards that are faction based, so we can really pad your decks with maximal cards and Predacon cards, and maybe an extra Autobot or Decepticon card just for flavor. So with that, thanks for watching, thanks for following along. I hope people are still following along. And I'm enjoying making the cards. I'm kind of getting tired. I'm not getting tired of the game. I just feel like I've been making a lot of cards and I've been doing a lot, but at the same time, it's just taking a lot out of me. I got a lot of stuff, and I figured out how I can put bleed on cards, on battle cards, where if I put them into a document and you just basically put about a 2 1/4 border on them, make sure they're 3.5, 2.5, which is the right size, and then add the border on there, boom, you got bleed. It's just that easy. And once you make your document, move all your pictures over to your document and change them, it ends up coming down to not 9 to a page, but 4 to a page. And then you can move that document over to your Dropbox. And as of right now, Staples does not accept Dropbox, but I could put the document, it is a document, I could put it on a thumb drive and use that to get it printed without having to go through someone personally. It's just, this stuff is just getting expensive ink wise at home. I'm trying not to use our ink, and I've already bought ink, and I'm like, oh gee, this is getting expensive. So, and when I moved a whole bunch of battle cards, guys, just a whole bunch of them, over to a document, errors, mistakes, or perfection and everything, you know, because they're just for me and maybe a friend. And I guess I could be more meticulous of a perfectionist, and I'm sometimes can be, sometimes not. To me, it's just a card game. I'm just having fun. I guess if I do want to share these, I guess they do need to be cleaned up a little bit. I did put some stuff out there on Facebook today that had some real obvious mistakes, and I'm just like, I can't believe I did that. But like typing ONPE like twice in caricatures or whatever. So just dumb stuff, just typing fat, because I'm not a typist. I could tell you a story about that, but I won't. But that's what I was getting to, is that now having all these battlefield cards on a document, and I moved them all over, and I moved and copied. And next thing I know, I didn't realize it, but I had over 300 pages. Of course, they were like, each card was a full page, and there was over 350 pages of these battle cards. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and I can't believe there's this much. And so, and they looked really nice and big and clear and clean, and I really started noticing some mistakes, but I wasn't worried about correcting mistakes at that time. I was just trying to get them shrunk down to 3 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 1/2. And then I realized, whoa, I can go into borders and fonts or whatever. And I went to the border, clicked on the 2 1/4, I think it was 2 1/4, and 2 1/4, and it made it nice and bigger. And I'm thinking, well, this is how we get bleed. It's just, and then you can take your document and put document files into Dropbox as well, not just images. And being a document, you can just print it on anything you want. So, and some people will charged by the sheet. Over here at Staples that I was at, it was like $1.50 a sheet or something for color, and I'm like, wow, that is kind of steep. So might hit somewhere like Office Max or Office Depot somewhere else and see about. I might just need to get this stuff on the thumb drive and go to CVS and see if I can just again, it would just be on regular paper. It would not be on cardstock or anything like that. I'm not worried about making a real card game. I'm just a casual player who only gets to play people in other states anyway. I don't think the people I play with cheat, but I don't know. I kind of wonder sometimes when right there on the secret action it says when the secret after your opponent's turn to scrap the secret action, and you're being told by that person that no, the secret action stays out there until it's triggered, and I just didn't. I just let it go. I didn't argue. Let him have his way, and so there's that. And I can't remember who won, and there's somebody I kind of beat a lot, and then another person beats me all the time, and I kind of half wonder, it's like, okay, golly, and then he's flipping for, and we're doing it through our phones, and he'll flip and flip and flip, and orange. I'm thinking, what? And here I am with mixed decks, just trying to have fun, and I lose every game. But even just playing around with some of my own homemade cards in there as well, just to see them working, see how well they're working, even though I probably know I'm going to get my pants beat off this guy from another state. It's just neat seeing this stuff work. And I've been trying to get some of my stuff to him. He sends some of his stuff to me. We're trying to mix things up a little bit, try to keep things fresh. Playing a lot of the really big characters like Metroplex, Fort Max, Thrifticon, etc., etc. We put our, and it was this is a funny story. I gotta go, but we called each other up. This was not intentional, and he has his table. There's nothing on the table. He starts putting characters out there. Mine are already on my table, but my camera's like on my face, so I'm having to hit the button to flip it around. And he sees mine, I see his. We're both playing Bruticus's against each other. He's playing the Arch Bruticus's, I'm Combaticons. I'm playing my Combaticons. So it ended up being a really funny game. Ended up being a interesting game to see the two different kind of created Combaticons, how they worked differently. And I was using my stratagem, my Onslaught stratagem, where when Onslaught flips to alt mode, I can put a 4-star character under him and redeploy him when he flips back to bot mode fully in full health. So Swindle actually got to, had I not had that stratagem, had I not had that gimmick, my guys would have been dead within about probably 8 minutes. It would have been, the game would have ended 8 minutes earlier than it had. I'll just put it that way. I would have lost, and I think I can't remember. I think I did lose. I think I still did lose. But it was a neat gimmick. It was neat seeing this, the new Combaticon, I guess official from the ARC, actually in play, because I haven't printed them out at all. And seeing my Combaticons finally in play, it just happened that it was really funny circumstance that we both picked Combaticons for this game for that night. We only did it the one time. I want another rematch with my Combaticons against those Combaticons, see what happens again. That was fun. That was fun. Of course, mine don't look pretty like the ARC or anything like that. But I have gone long. 20 minutes. If I can do that, I can see my time. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. I didn't mean to be such of a blowhard today. So that was Transmetal 2 Cheetor and Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia. Might have a little tweaking to do on some of the text, but I think overall, I think they're good characters. I think they're strong characters, because they need to be strong characters, because we have seen, even through my own Beast War characters that I've created through this process, get a little stronger and grow during the process, from star counts to health to abilities. And that's what even the show even established for the short 3-year run that the show had, is that we saw these established characters grow and grow in certain ways, and have certain relationships, that despite how dated the graphics look now, it was top notch for back then. It was so much better than the show that preceded before it. And I can see those characters, I forgot the name. And it was, I mean, think of what we had back then. One of the first CGI movies was Toy Story. That came out, what, 1995, 1996? About the same time Beast Wars came out. And so that's kind of what we had back then. It wasn't much. Probably the best CGI looking stuff that we had was what Square or Squeenix, Squaresoft, what do you want to call them, was putting out on the PlayStation 1 way long ago when it was going against the Sega Saturn. And I went with the Saturn and went import big time. So, boy, have I gone long. I didn't mean to go this long. But, yeah, no, famous last words. And with that, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed. I'm in Alabama, one of the tornadoes, we came too close to getting hit by a tornado. Be safe. Be grateful. Be thankful. And as always, flip out and let's roll for it.